So we're fully energized, and now we are ready to hear perspectives of repair coming from a very different voice. Purna Sarkar, co-founder and volunteer of Repair Cafe Bengaluru, someone that I had the pleasure of meeting when I traveled to Bengaluru back in 2017, funny enough, just a month after the first Fixfest. And I had heard that there was something happening in Bangalore or Bengaluru, and I got in touch, and I was lucky enough to be able to visit one of their events.
Yes.
And we started corresponding, and I quickly understood that there was more going on that we could immediately understand. Purna has been coming to Fixfest events since 2019, and it's really my pleasure to invite her to share with us their journey and some provocations from a place where we think everyone repairs everything, but we'll learn more as she tells us the story. Purna, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. So, my voice is not too audible, right? I mean, actually, oh, thank you. Because I'm actually from theatre, and we are trained not to use the mic. So, I'm now forced to use the mic. Okay, thank you so much. My name is Purna, and I'm from Repair Cafe Bengaluru. And I'm privileged to be here and to this great audience. And when Hugo has informed us that he wanted us to present our work, we were very happy and thrilled because of the two factors. One is that it's a Fixfest, and the second is the very important factor is the knowledgeable and the aware audience which comes. So audience makes the difference, and a round of applause for the audience. Thank you. So here I am, Repair Cafe across Repair Country. So when I say Repair Country, it means that we have more than 50% of our informal, unorganized workforce, which is into repair profession. So here in this picture, you can see Jabbar Bhai. His name is Jabbar Bhai, and he sits on a footpath, and this is in front of an important transport building. And this person is only available during the day. It's a makeshift work space. And on his table, you can see some metal sticks. Can you guess where these metal sticks would be using or being used? Just a wild guess. Yes. Okay, okay. Anybody else? Keys, okay. The metal sticks, the long metal sticks, the long ones. Yeah, that's the thing. So, this is a person, this is a typical example of where a person is multiple using his skills. So he is also doing umbrella repairs. He's also making the keys. But this is a manual key. And this whole street is known for the computerized key. And he's the only guy who's left, probably, from the old era, who's doing this manual key. So, so this is the scenario. So repair professionals. When I say repair professionals, any kind, for the repairers, professional repairers, any kind of repair is seen as potential for livelihoods. So whether it's talk about swing machine repair, whether you talk about cycle repairs, whether you talk about cloth mending or anything, you name it, it's there. So it's a question of livelihoods for us, for them. So this is a major big workforce in our country which is there for ages. And they have gone through phases, which I will be explaining in my next slide. So, salvaging parts for the sake of frugality, not necessarily for the sake of circular economy. Yes. So, when I say that not necessarily for the circular economy, it doesn't mean that it is not sustainable, but it is the reason behind is the cost consciousness of our market. We are a very cost conscious market, and so repairers have to survive their livelihoods. So there is a high amount of salvaging from the waste around us, from the things which can be salvaged, their spare parts for. As you have seen in the first slide, the metal sticks which are used for umbrella repairs. I mean, I'm sure there are new spare parts are also available, but they are using it like that. Okay, so repair professionals. So by the way, in our country, we have a deep-rooted culture of repair. We have a festival of repair. We have a god for repair, and we have a god for mechanization technology. I will not dwell deep into it. Probably in some other session I'll talk about it. And we have a day in which all the carpenters, all the professionals, they offer their tools to the god, and they pray for it that, God, please give me enough knowledge to repair my things or to keep on going my stuff. So this is the kind of culture I'm coming from. And for us, this God is very important. And any of you, if you have ever visited Ajanta Ellora, which is a heritage place, I don't know if any of you have visited ever. I don't see any hands. It's okay. So you will see a very special cave, which is done by the ancestors of, which is done by the, the people of this god who actually believes, who have a lineage to this god. And that cave is specially designed, and you can see the difference. So probably, again, I'll discuss it in my later presentation. So how Repair Cafe, which is originated in some other country, how is it relevant to us in our context? Well, even if the format is something which is originated in the European country or somewhere, but the concept is important. See, repairing is like drinking water. Anybody, everybody, whether you are a tinkerer, whether you are a housewife, whether you are a school teacher, whatever you are, repair is going to affect in your life in some way or the other. So probably you may not have time to, look for solutions, but it will impact you. So this common notion of repairing and this culture of repairing is something which attracts us and which we are trying to build it in the Repair Cafe. So apart from the usual Repair Cafe stories which you have been hearing and you have seen part of the lot of presentations over here, I'll not be talking about that, what happens in the Repair Cafe, but I'm talking about further ahead of it. I don't know, I mean, it can be a lateral thing, or I won't say further ahead, I'll say, okay, it can be a lateral thing, which we are trying to explore. What is that? So when I say Repair Cafe, in Repair Cafe Bengaluru, we are trying to imbibe the professionals into our workshops. When we are bringing professionals, for example, a cobbler, I don't know how many of you have seen the cobbler. I'm sure you all have seen the cobbler. So the special thing about the cobbler is you have to sit on the floor and work. You know, the kind of stitching they do, we don't do in home maintenance. We don't know the stitching unless until somebody is from shoemaking. So this is a very different kind of thing. So we have to imbibe into Repair Cafe format, and there we are working sitting on the floor. You can see Suresh. Suresh is our cobbler mentor, and he's also a repair person, and he's teaching others, and he's also repairing things for the visitors. So for some professional repairers, the workshop were a place of sharing their knowledge. And the audience which comes, the audience like you, who comes to these workshops, they understand the value of repair, and they give prominence to this guy, and they value his skills also. So this is the best part of it. This is the good part of bringing a professional repairer into our workshops. But sometimes we have some, pitfalls also, where some people have come to the workshops they were actually almost totally in a different state of mind. So we have to sort of acknowledge their condition, and we have to try to, we are trying to build close the gap between their expectation and the expectation of the visitors. I don't know, I will not dwell much into it because it's something like a caste thing which may impacting the whole scheme of affairs. That is a very complex thing, so I will not will not get into it. But we are not facing that issue right now. We are working towards it, and so this is a probably a very right now it's a comfortable situation for us. So I'll not delve into that aspect. Yeah. So in Repair Cafe, this is the format. So we are not only working on the tables, a table and chair kind of a setup. We are also sitting on the floor. So Repair Cafe Bengaluru, we have not confined ourselves to a particular space. We are against the concept of space. So we went into all the places where people have invited us. For example, under the basement of a charitable hospital, on the roadside, in a resident welfare association, in a park, and whatnot. So wherever people has invited us to do repair cafes, we were very comfortable doing it because we just wanted to carry on doing the workshops. That was the spirit. And that's what we still believe in, and that's what we want to work on it. So what is the thing that we want to focus in our workshops? We want to focus on 2 age groups in our workshop. One is the senior citizens. Yes, somebody has mentioned yesterday that our mentors are aging, and probably they are going away. So we need a replacement of these mentors. We need new people to come in. So obviously, that's a bigger question. I'm not dwelling onto it right now. But what I'm saying is that we are trying to engage senior citizens into our workshops because here is a age group which is probably have finished all their homely duties and responsibilities, and they have nothing to look into their life. So we want to bring them because they have a skill which is required, and we want to appreciate their work, and we want to give the value of their time. So this is one set of age group that we want to bring, and the second set of age group is the children. So how do we increase the interaction between the children and the senior citizens? So this is one, so this is called as repair and care for the young and the old. Together, they reconnect with the purpose and identity in a world that often sidelines them, both. Often sidelines both. So this is one of the focus of our repair cafes. We are looking, it is a little beyond that intergenerational. I am not only sticking to intergenerational right now. It is much more than that. Because probably in our education system, this whole aspect of repairing skills and all that is still missing. So we are trying to address this issue in this way, through the formats of Repair Cafe, although it's a small drop in the ocean, but I think we have a scope there to work in our setup, in our kind of setup. So now, Repair Cafe formats, what happens is you only interact with somebody in that 4 hours, 3 hours kind of a thing, and then you have a audience, like for example, Fixfest, we are meeting for 2 days. So what happened after 2 days, you know? And these people are still interested, we are still interested to talk and interact and do work on repairing. So how do we increase the interaction between the audience to continue this aspect of repairing, you know? So there are various different ambitions. Everybody here in the audience, including me, we all have ambitions regarding this repairing. I am very selfish. I want to only focus on repairing, not other things like permaculture or organic farming. Okay, I'm not talking about that right now. So I only focus on this part of the, things. So how do I do something? How do I engage with somebody or something so that I can carry on this passion of repairing? So here we have started, so all these things which I'm talking about is something not we discovered on the day one. This has come slowly, and this eventually we have developed. So we have some WhatsApp groups. What are these WhatsApp groups for? They are basically of people who have come to the repair workshops, or they have not able to come, whatever it is. They have joined these platforms. They are free of cost platforms. And they interact with each other on day-to-day repairing issues. Like, for example, this guy, Prajwal, he says that nearly after 2 years, the ceiling fan has suddenly stopped, but before stopping, it turned it turned anti-clockwise for a few seconds. I had changed the capacitor 2 years back. I feel the bearings are worn out or something. So this is the kind of, so you put a photo and you put this description and you're bang to the whole audience who have come to Repair Cafe and who have plenty of experience. Some people have experience, some people have seen the repairing. So they are free to comment on this. I'm not saying every time we get the solution, but at least I know that in my problem, there are hundreds of other people who are sitting online who can help me. For example, for these issues, we also connect with the Restart website, where sometimes we post these issues there, and there are other people around the world who gives us this solution, that what you can do and what are the other options that you have. So that gives a little solace to us, because there is somebody who's, as a consumer, there is nobody to listen to me. So at least these are the people who are listening and giving me some solution which may work, which may not work, but at least I have somebody to talk to. So this is one thing. The second thing is, when we started working in these groups, people have started looking for recommended repairers. So we went to the neighborhoods and we started collecting the repair data, repairers. But these repairers are not random repairers. We have approached a couple of people who have staying in those areas for the last 20 years, and they have a ready pool of information of 20 or 10 recommended repairers. So we quickly grabbed them and we checked them, doubly, because we went there and we met them, we assessed them, and then we started adding them in these repairing maps. So we call it as repair map of Bangalore. And so we have made, so Bangalore is a very big city, so we are making it for Bangalore, and now we are making for Ahmedabad also. And mind you, when you're making such maps, I mean, Neil knows about it. So when you're making such maps, you need to be aware of the location of the city, because it is the Google location, but many times the Google locations are incorrect. So basically, you have to be aware that if it is giving you a correct location or not. So those are some of the things that you have to take care while making these repair maps. So these repair maps are very handy. They are still in the making because we are using free resources, and probably the disadvantage of the free resources is that people are using it quickly, copying it, and not giving credit. So that's a pitfall. We are working on it. But we are not against free resources, because this is the best way to do it, to carry forward before you invest on it. So repair map is one of the things which come out of it. And then what is the interaction between the people who have come for repair cafes? So some of them who wanted to do, so they said, hey, I visited this hospital and they need wheelchairs. So can we collect and repair it and give it to them? You said it's a great idea. So we started doing that. And people from the same network, they started donating their assisted equipments, the wheelchairs, the walking sticks, and whatever. Even recently we have got it, hospital bed also transported to somebody who's in need. And we are going to the consumer to consumer. We are not sometimes to the hospital, but it is mostly consumer to consumer. Because these items people will have, but they may have used it at one place and now they have just dumped it in some corner, but they are not using it anymore. So it requires a little bit of repairing, sometimes a complex repairing also, but it is usable again. And you don't have to spend that much money on it. You are just spending the money on the transportation of it. So this is the idea which came from the people who came for Repair Cafe, and between themselves, they designed this project and they are now working on it. So this is the I can say intra and inter connections between the people. So this is also important for us, that people should interact between each other and bring some suggestions, some ideas, some projects, which will further the idea of repair. So from Repair Cafe, we are now moving to these lateral solutions, which will improve, probably it will improve our lives. So first of all, we as a consumer will look forward towards improving our lives first. So probably we are just looking at that right now. We are not talking about the other things. So meaningful interactions within us, within has fostered a sense of belongingness. So what is this belongingness? So from belongingness, now it goes to the community, the sense of family, the sense of collectiveness. So this belongingness has now come. And now we can proudly call it as Repair Cafe community. From individuals to groups to bigger groups, and now it's a community. So this is the transition we have come so far. Another important, before I move to the collective part, another important aspect that we have focused in our repair cafes is the children. We have been able to do multiple activities for children, and this is not only the privileged children, but also underprivileged children. We run bicycle kitchens across the road. As I said, we do repair cafes across the road. We call it as bicycle kitchens because these are probably, they are mostly around cycles. So here the audience, the kind of audience who come, they know about the repairing skills. Tom, you're listening to me. So they know about the repairing skills. They know how to use the tools, and you just have to lay out the tools and the spares in front of them, and they will do their needful. So they have brought this. They have again and again they have brought the cycles for maintenance, which they do it themselves. Children spend hours patching their bikes puncture tires. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and wherever it requires, we help them. So these cycles are further used to, distribute the newspapers, carry the grain sacks, and so on. So for them, cycle is a very important medium of travel. And here is bicycle kitchen or repair cafe or whatever. It is giving that opportunity to salvage their item which they want to work, and their parents have no means to sort of carry on. Apart from them, okay, now how this Fixfest thing has actually helped us. When I came in 2019, we had a group of people and we were just interacting between each other. And I was discussing about a program which I was about to start, because it was, after that we were hit by a COVID and we cannot carry on our children's workshop. So we wanted to do things online. And while discussing with the group of people, audience like you, we have been able to come to this program called Tinker Kinder. And please feel free to use this for your own programs. And this has become a very famous program in our setup. And we have children across the world. The Indian children across the world have joined this program. And what is this program all about? They are doing small maintenance jobs in the realms of their home, in the comfort of their homes. So when I say small maintenance jobs, so most of you know that many of works which are coming into repair cafes are actually simple maintenance, simple cleaning and so on. So, so for example, in plumbing, so plumbing is a big word. So for example, what they are doing is they're cleaning the shower heads. And they're not cleaning it with the acid, but they're cleaning it with simple things like vinegar. And they were not familiar about vinegar before that. They only have seen the acid in their toilets. So we have to tell them that no, acid is not the thing that you should use. You should use a vinegar or some other solution which is more eco-friendly. So children have started cleaning it, and it's not only the shower heads, the kitchen taps. They have also changed the spindles in the kitchen tap, the washers, and they have also done a bit of cloth mending and so on. So it's a whole round of maintenance which the children have done it in this program, including the computers. Apart from this, we have also tried approaching the children through the medium of art, because many of these children, they have not used to this repairing things. They have not at all exposed in some way or the other. So how I cannot immediately put them into some kind of doing things, but I have to first imbibe the virtue of repair in them. Probably they will remember the stories around them. So through the medium of art, and also some simple repairing exercises. For example, book binding. So book binding is something which has taken very big way in our repair cafe programs. And children are very happy to do this. And they have realized that book binding is not about decorating the sheet of the book, but it is about the stitching of the papers. So this is the thing. So this is how we are approaching the children for, and we are very hopeful that probably some of them will further join us as mentors, as volunteers, and probably they will get some direction in their life which they want to carry on this forward. So we are very interested in this. Now, the question of community to collective. How do we move to community to collective? Yeah. So here I'm talking about not only the city of Bengaluru, but I'm also talking about other cities. But this is also southern periphery. I'm talking about Hyderabad. I'm talking about Chennai. I'm talking about Mumbai. And who are these people who have started repair cafe workshops? So they are spirited homeschooling parents, organic farmers, Makerspace have joined forces to spark a repair cafe movement. Yesterday, somebody has mentioned that why not collaborating with Makerspaces? Yes, I think that's I don't know who has mentioned that yesterday. I don't know if the person is there in the audience. Anyway, so this was a very good suggestion by somebody, and we are working on it because many of these maker spaces have opened during the COVID spaces, and they actually want to engage with us. They want to do because they want the skills are the same. So they are very open-minded to do this. So in Bangalore, as I said, we have not set up any space. We are actually working with a makerspace. So makerspace is our address in Bangalore. So in Chennai, a homeschooling parent, she wanted to teach repair to her child. So she said, let me organize Repair Cafe. So we have been able to connect with Goethe, this German center in Chennai, and probably we are looking for other cities as well. And they have given us a space, so we are working with them. In Hyderabad, it's actually happening in an organic farming place where the repair cafe happens and the bicycle kitchens also work out. And in Mumbai, it is the space is a school where it's a homeschooling, where it's an alternate school, and yeah, okay. Thank you. So it's a homeschooling space where I don't know if you have heard of homeschooling. Any of you have heard of? Sorry, not homeschooling, alternate schooling. So alternate school is a school which is run by parents. Okay, so parents wants to bring whatever they have not learned in their life, they want to bring that. So it is run by parents. So a group of parents run these spaces. These are small spaces, and you don't have a big chunk of 100 people. It's just like 40 people, 30 people. So whatever they want, they take the curriculum, and then they apply through the open examination system to get into colleges and so on. So this is a very, this is an upcoming system in our country. So these people are very, very interested in organizing repair cafes in their spaces. So we are looking forward to collaborating with them and setting up, because they already have an audience, they already have a will to do it, and they already have the space to do it. So we need, repair cafe can only happen where you have an audience, where you have a space. Space and tools are okay, but audience is the important part. So here the children are the permanent audience, that their parents are permanent audience. So the parent becomes the mentor in these workshops. So what is our reach? Yeah, so we have some humble successes recently. So this is a book, I think some of you may have seen, the book is gone. I mean, I've just kept a small few copies, but those who have not got it, it is freely available online on Pratham Books. It's a leading publisher of very cost-effective books in India. So they have published this more than 20 languages. International languages and Indian languages as well. So this book is now part of the high school curriculum, and they are actually teaching it as a core learning, as an English book, not just as an extracurriculum activity. Thank you, Vita, for informing me that. I don't know if she's there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what is the interaction between the volunteers? Yes, so this is a very good example where we have actually repaired the surgical lights and the microscope of a charitable hospital, and the repair mentors have actually saved about $11,500 for the hospital. I am saying this is not a commercial, this cannot be commercially replicated, but between the members, this kind of interaction can happen, because in this case, the hospital guy is the volunteer of Repair Cafe, and he's also the board member of Repair Cafe. So he has been able to pool in the other tinkerers, and they have able to save that kind of money for the hospital. So these examples are possible in the realm of repair. So what are the challenges going ahead? Before that, I'll just say we are also into this tinkering spaces where we are trying to bring the makeshift space for the roadside repairers. These are very, they don't look very shiny and sleek. Because at the roadside we cannot have a permanent kind of space, because the police is going to throw them out. So it has to be assembled and then disassembled by the end of the day. So we are working on this kind of climate resilient spaces, and this is through the interactions between the tinkerers of Repair Cafe. What are the challenges we have? Our approach tends to be very deliberate than the rushed. So that is why we are very slow like a snail. That is a problem for us, because whenever we have to start again, we have to again energize the way you are doing it right now. The Zumba class, we have to do it again, and so everybody. But obviously, because the people are already sold on the concept of repair, so we don't face such difficulties. We are driven by passion, not by just simply a work for us, a job for us. So obviously, because of that, the documentation also suffers. And our initiative is powered by modest grants. We are working on it because now we feel that we need to work even more harder on these aspects. And way forward is the consolidation, because we are now moving towards the collective vision of it. So we need to start consolidating and documenting things. One other thing which we are right now working on is the forming alliances. The way we have Open Repair Alliance, the same way we are trying to work it out in India. But these are not only repair cafes, but they are also maker spaces, repair shops, or anybody who is interested in forming this alliance, and we should have a common agenda to work on it. But this is more specific to India. And so anybody who is interested in this idea, please feel free to connect with us. So now I have come to the end of this session, and there is an interesting film. I mean, interesting for me. Okay, I don't know if it is interesting for you, but I would welcome you to join this film with me. It's a small short film. I'll call it as as a video. I mean, it's not even a short film also, but we have actually got some awards in the short film category. So I will welcome you to join with me watching this film, and then we will take up the further questions. And we will just be discussing about what you have thought, what is your comments, and if any collaborations, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your presentation. I was just curious about the recruitment of volunteers in the Indian context. Is it more difficult to get people, if people are offering their services as a professional, as you said, meaning that they're being paid for their services, and then you're trying to recruit them for the repair cafe where their services are free? I'm sure this is more difficult. Yeah.
See, the kind of mentors that we look for Repair Cafe, they are not the repair professionals, because repair professionals are paid differently, because they are being paid for the day, because they are leaving their workspace and coming over here. Okay, so they are working differently. What we are looking for are the mentors who are generally working in the homes, because they become our repair mentors. And we have a special scheme to pay everybody, as the repair mentors are also being paid as an honorarium. What we are eyeing on is the housewives, the retired people, or anybody who's presently not in job, but they are looking for some short gig kind of opportunities. So we eyeing on that, and more repair workshops we organize. These are the people who are walking into our programs, and that's how we have been able to recruit many of them. So there are school teachers who are retired school teachers. There is a factory manager. There is an automobile engineer, and so on. So many such guys are there. So this is, so there are different schemes that we are working on it. We done this. So recruiting these mentors is not an issue at all. So we have kept a little bit of differentiation between them, but that is not open to everybody. It is just as an organizer that we are conscious about it. Yeah, because we don't want them to lose their day hours there. And they should be, see, working in your shop is different and working in workshop is very different. Okay, so that mindset, because I'm working in that space for last 20 years and suddenly you're now telling me to work here. It's difficult. So this is a gradual thing that works out. And they also needs to be comfortable. Many of them, they are good, but they are not comfortable working in this setup. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this question.
I'm the Zumba teacher. I can do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was fascinating and inspiring. I have a question on the relationship with the design world. There's a lot of design education growing up, people that are still heading into design and manufacturing. Do you have any crossovers with the design community, design schools,
Actually,
designers?
yes. I'm sorry, we hate designers. So many of these mentors that we are getting in repair cafes, they are actually designers, and probably they are, as per the normal this thing, they are failed designers. So they are challenging that system of designing everything. Having said that, the design thing is also there. People are teaching in their colleges and schools, but we are not challenged by that because we are not teaching designing. Yes. Okay, that could be another project. We don't want to be intimidated by that right now because all the folks who are working with us are actually architects, product designers, and so on. The mindset of these people are, the designers is little different. You know, you have to really appreciate the way they work because this is how they're trained. I mean, you cannot say just leave that training and now you work with us with a different mindset. It is impossible. You know, because the architects and all, they study about some 7-8 years, the same thing. And then they are being told to follow the same thing in their work. And then I'm calling in Repair Cafe and say, forget it. You work by my way. It's not easy, you know. So we have to understand the sensibility. We are not eyeing on it right now. Probably we are wanting to deal with in a different way, you know. We want to first understand the repairability part of it, and then probably we'll move towards designing. So that may be an advanced way. Thank you for pointing at that. And if you want any collaboration with us on this, we can work out something. Thank you so much.
Hi, Purna. I have
Hi,
another
Tom.
question. Thank you very much for these insights. I have a question regarding the, let's say, mutual qualification, not the teaching aspect. If you say there are housewives, people who have these skills in their daily lives, and now they're invited to bring their skills to other people, maybe they don't feel comfortable with this. Maybe they don't know how to teach. My question is there a training program? Are there intermediate people who help to foster skill sharing in this kind of teaching setup?
Thank you, Tom, for pointing that out. Actually, this is a challenge that we face.
Switching to Vodafone full fibre.
I was like, is it coming from me? Okay. All right now? So that's a challenge that we face. Having said that, probably, you know, some of us we have trained enough in the management, so we know how to train these people and bring it on board. But we don't want to be so regimented. It has to be a gradual awareness of how you see. I was telling someone that the technical guys are very poor in communication and the non-technical guys are very good in communication. So they claim that we know everything. So so probably this is the thing that we can bring as a manager or as an organizer. People like me can bring into this whole system. That hey, you do your job, and rest of it we'll take care of it. The communication part we'll take care of it. So eventually they also learn that how you deal with the public, because obviously, as you said, that they were not in the teaching. They have not done that. They were only doing the repairing in their own private, confidential spaces, private spaces in their homes where nobody is there to judge them. So when they come and deal with the children and the children or the elders, it becomes very difficult. It's okay. I mean, it is. We are working on it. I mean, it is not a great challenge as such, because there are people who are conscious about it, and that hand-holding is also there. See, I'm coming from the corporate, and there are many people like me who are working in this space, and we know how this regimented way of working, where you put every training manual in place, but this doesn't work. In normal parlance, this doesn't work. There still have to be some, modification in your approach. So we are very conscious about it and patient about it. It takes time, but it's working out.